Guys, there's this popular saying that whatever you instill in your children shall never depart from them, neither shall they depart from it. So it's always good to catch them young. It's wonderful to have you back to my channels, guys, and this is Lulu's Food Court / Wellness, and I have a wonderful person in my kitchen today who will be helping me in preparing my meal. So let's begin. Oliver is more than happy to assist in the kitchen. He always asks me if I need any help whenever I am cooking, and today I want to show you how he gets so focused whenever he's assisting me in the kitchen. Here he's washing the pepper, the tomato and ginger, and I think the onions as well, preparing them for blending. So he carefully removed the seeds from the pepper and made sure all the vegetables are very clean. He washed them under running water, and now he's trying to blend the pepper, the onions and the ginger as well as the tomato. He has completely blended the tomato, onion, pepper and ginger mix, and the next thing he's doing is to start garnishing the meat, which he already finished washing. There he's adding the curry, and next he's going to add I think that's the nutmeg. Yeah, so that's around 1/3 of a spoon. For the nutmeg, the curry he used 1 full spoon. And then he went ahead to add some salt. That's a full spoon of salt, and that will be the tablespoon measurement. Next he started adding the onions, then the seasoning cube. You know what, he's making sure that this ingredient goes round the pot, and I think that's a skill that myself I don't even know. Usually I'll just drop my ingredient just at one spot and let it boil. So this time around I've learned something new from Oliver. So it made sure his ingredients went round the pot, and went round the stock, and then he went about adding water, and that is what it looks like. And the next thing is to start cooking. So I think that's a medium heat, yeah. So after setting the meat to cook, he now went ahead to start boiling the rice, but first he has to wash the rice and take away the excess starch that's in the rice already. So he washed this about 3 times until he was satisfied. Then he put the rice in the pot to start cooking, and then some water to boil the rice. And now he has started boiling the rice, and here I am as a proud mom checking what he has done. I can tell you for a fact that I am really impressed. I am really impressed, and I'm proud to be his mom. Most of the time when I cook, this is how he always come around to help me to prepare 1 or 2 and make it easy for me to continue with the rest of the meal. And then he also stays till the end of the cooking, making sure that we are doing the right thing, and that is also learning more things. And then most times he would ask questions as to why a particular thing is done at a particular time, and then I have no choice but to give him the answers. I love the fact that he's very enthusiastic with whatever he does. Now, as I continue to cook, I'm just making rice and stew, and then the rice is already being boiled, and here it is stew making. So I put the vegetable oil in the pot. And then next I put my tomato paste. I love using tomato paste, especially the ones from Nigeria. And then I start to fry. While cooking, I start to add my ingredients. I like adding my ingredient at the early stage of cooking. That is so that it can perfuse well into every other ingredient that will be coming in next. So in there, I added the curry, the seasoning cube, and salt. Then I stir and make sure everything goes well. Allow this paste to fry for more time before I start to add the raw, fresh tomato, onion, ginger, and pepper mix, which was blended earlier on by Oliver. And that's the second bowl. This time around, I'm adding another set of seasoning cube because I am cooking a large pot of stew. And next is my vegetable. So I love using aromatics a lot. And here is the chives, whatever you call it. It's very nice and unique. It gives my stew a unique smell and unique taste. So you can use the spring onions, but spring onions sometimes is very kind of lumpy and thick. So I would rather prefer to use the chives, which is even more aromatic than the spring onions. So I have cut down the vegetables. And I'm adding more salt as I tasted it, and then I think it required more salt. So I just added a few more salt. And here are my dry ingredients, my dry pepper and paprika. This will just help to thicken this stew more because I like to cook large pot, and then that will serve the family for quite some days. So that is the chili pepper that I added first, and the second was the paprika pepper, which is dried one, and they also have their own special flavor that I love so much in my stew. So it's actually optional when you're making stew. It's up to you. For me, I like to change the games. I like to do unique things whenever I'm cooking. And then I always make sure that I don't cook the same taste every time. So I spice it up by adding one or two ingredients or by reducing one or two ingredients so that I come up with different flavor of stew or different taste of stew every time I cook. And that is the beauty of it. Because when you cook the same thing every time, it actually bores people, even yourself. When you eat your meal and you find to have the same taste every time, sometimes you get really tired of the food. But the only way to help yourself out is to try and change things, add one or two different things into your meal, or you take out some, and then it will give you a different end result, which you would love. And so I'm beginning to add my meat. This time around, I'm not frying or grilling the meat. I just boiled it, or rather say steamed the meat, and then I'm adding it to the stew.
Did you like it?
And I'll allow the the stew to perfuse into the meat. And that's going to take the meat taste to a whole different level. Now we'll go back to the rice to see how it's doing, and I can tell you for free that we are doing great. This is basmati rice, and if you don't know how to really cook your rice, you might mess it up. So you need to learn how to cook basmati rice differently, because it's different from the way you cook your other rice. So back to the stew. So I added the stock from the meat, and then lastly I'm going to add the chives. I don't know how it's been pronounced. You can help me.
Very nice.
And that is it. I love cooking a lot. It really brings joy in my heart knowing that I am cooking for myself and for the rest of my family. It gives me joy to do this every time. And I like to change things around. I don't cook the same way each time I have to cook. I try to cook differently. You can see how happy I am. You can see how joyous and joyful I am in the kitchen. Make it make sense, guys. And you will see that you always remain happy. Yeah. So rice is done, stew is almost done, and what again? The next thing is to start serving. And here I'm talking away. I am talking away, so engrossed in my discussion. Guys, this one I don't know what they do more. Okay, let's serve the rice.
Let us serve this food.
Let's serve the rice, Jerry. Yeah. You don't have to serve too much, just a little portion is enough for your health. And 1 or 2 stock should be enough for good dieting. And that is it. Looks so brilliant already. Looks so attractive, so lovely. I love to eat this food every day. Every day. Everybody in the house loves it. My husband loves it. The freshness of this stew is to another level.
And thanks for watching.